You can pay me now, you can pay me later. This is the decision. Many places now are starting to charge fees for emergency medical services. This ranges from everything from fire engines to ambulances to actually police officers coming to your house. Actually charge you a fee for them to come to your house to do emergency medical services. Not just medical services, but also things as false alarms, accidents, hazmat, emergency care. What is this? How can this be? I mean, you pay taxes. Why should you have to pay an additional fee if they come to your house? Well, this goes back to budget crunchers. The budget crunchers decided that, hey, we have to do something. We can't keep on continuing to provide the services that we're providing at the level that we're providing if we don't either, one, start raising taxes, two, either reduce the services, or three, eliminate them. Did you know that in the state of Maryland, there is no constitution or state statute that says they have to provide fire or EMS services? There's only thing that's required under the Constitution in the state of Maryland or statute is they provide law enforcement. That's why you have a sheriff that's elected in each of the jurisdictions. Law enforcement is the only thing that's embodied by state law. Other than that, they don't have to provide it. That's why you have volunteer fire services across the state of Maryland. And this is a phenomenon all across the country. Now, to make ends meet, I should say, they have come up with billing programs all across the country. Harford County is no different, and I use Harford County because I've been a Harford County resident since 1983. When I first moved up here, it was a pretty rural area, and there's no paid professional firefighting or EMS services in the county. And we're governed by a sheriff's department. So when you pick up the phone, you call for EMS services of some type, you're going to have a volunteer fire company or a sheriff department respond to your door. Most of these volunteer fire companies that respond do a very good job. They respond 24/7, and it's all volunteer. People like you and me get up in the middle of the night and respond all the time. Now, so you're involved in an accident. You get taken to the hospital. You use one of these medic units. A typical medic unit, like I'm standing by right now, usually runs between $125,000 to $175,000 a piece. An engine that rolls out can be anywhere from $425,000 to $650,000. A truck or a rescue squad can run almost up to $1 million or more. Where do they get the money from this? Well, they have to have fundraisers, or they get grants. Sometimes the county subsidizes to a certain extent. Well, now what the county and a lot of places are doing is charging fee-based programs. Fee-based programs basically means that if you're involved in an accident, they're going to start charging you a fee. So the fees, depending on what type of level of service that you're involved in, is how much they're going to charge you. So after the accident, 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to receive an invoice in the mail. That invoice is usually about $400 in the state of Maryland. Nationally, it's about $2,000, excuse me. It's about $2,000 based on statistics from the Department of Transportation. Now, if you should be taken out by medevac, that fee usually triples. It's going to be anywhere between $3,000 to $7,000. In the state of Maryland, you're lucky because we have one of the premier emergency medical systems in the country. Usually you can be anywhere to a hospital within 10 to 15 minutes. However, it comes at a price. In order to maintain the system, we have to be able to provide training, equipment, and time and resources. How do we do this without losing our quality of care? Well, that's why they came up with this fee-based system. No one wants to go eliminate it. No one wants to take and reduce it, but everybody demands that we have it. Unfortunately, as the population has grown and we come out to the countryside, we demand that we have this service no matter where we go and where we're at. Even the smaller counties, even the counties that are less populated, such as Dorchester, Talbot, Somerset counties, are underneath the same, or have the same dilemma that everybody else has. So they have actually started their own programs that have these fee-based programs. Now, with all this, you have to excuse me because I have to use my glasses because unfortunately I'm blind as a bat without them. If we don't have this program, we can't sustain it. Yes, we do pay taxes, and taxes do pay from the bare minimum. They do pay for certain parts of the personnel, They also pay for some of the equipment costs. However, the fee-based part is also pays for what happens when a visitor from out of state or someone from another jurisdiction comes in, gets in an accident. Anyone shows up, they should have to pay their fair costs also. And that's the whole point of this fee-based system. It tries to make the payment of the services equal amongst everybody throughout the whole system. Finally, when we start getting into this fee-based system, there's some limitations to it. One of them, it can't help from everything, and eventually, if we did away with the fee-based system and we went to a totally dedicated system where it's all professionals doing it, the tax burden would just be humongous. There's estimated in Harford County alone that would add between $40 and $60 million to the county tax base. Your taxes would go up almost $2,000 a year just on your property taxes alone. No one wants to pay more taxes. So to keep that down, the Harford County Volunteer Firemen's Association, in conjunction with the fire chiefs and the county, have been working on eliminating this by coming out with a fee-based system. So we're encouraging everybody to take part in this. We know it doesn't seem right. When they see these little flyers coming in the mail every day asking you to sponsor your ambulance club or the fire club from the various volunteer fire companies, that you support these fire companies. Again, it comes down to this. You can pay me now or you can pay me later. Thank you. I'd like to also extend a grateful thanks to the Level Volunteer Fire Company for allowing us to film this in their quarters and their ambulance, and my audience that's sitting here with us right now. Thank you.